What if I told you there's a place where sex isn't taboo, hidden, or dirty, but sacred? A community where the naked body isn't seen as shameful but celebrated? Where young people are taught not to fear intimacy, but to honor it. Deep in Africa, one tribe has redefined everything the modern world thinks it knows about sex. This isn't a scandal. It's a belief system. And once you see what they do, and why, it might just change how you see everything. Enter the tribe, culture beyond the headlines. To understand this, we journey to the heart of tribal Namibia, home of the Himba people. A proud, semi-nomadic group who have preserved their way of life for centuries. Here, you won't see shirts, bras, or jeans. Women proudly walk topless, covered in red ochre paste, with skin kissed by the desert and hair sculpted like artwork. But don't mistake nudity for sexuality. The Himba don't sexualize the body the way outsiders do. In fact, they don't hide the body at all. The female form is not something to conceal, but to celebrate. Here, children grow up seeing topless women as normal. And when they ask questions about sex, the answers aren't awkward or whispered, they're honest, open, and full of tradition. To them, the body is not something to hide, it's something that tells a story. And at the center of that story is the sacred bond of intimacy. The meaning of sacred sex in tribal life. So what does it mean when a tribe says sex is sacred? In many modern cultures, sex is commodified, commercialized, and often disconnected from meaning. But in Himba society, it is viewed as a powerful, intimate exchange of energy. It is about life, creation, healing, connection, and passage. Sex isn't just allowed. It's taught. Guided by elders, passed through oral traditions, and often introduced in ceremonial ways. It's not just about reproduction. It's about understanding your role as a man, a woman, or a partner. In the West, sex is often whispered. Here, it's sung. It's not uncommon for young Himba women to learn about intimacy through older female relatives, not from school books or porn. And in some moments, the lessons are even acted out, symbolically or ritually, in dances or storytelling. Here, sex is part of the spiritual rhythm of life. How the nude body is normalized, not sexualized. You might be thinking, how can people walk around naked and not be sexualized? It's simple. They don't associate nudity with shame. Topless girls? They're just girls. Naked tribe elders? Just part of daily life. Breasts, hips, skin, it's all nature. Just as you wouldn't sexualize a man's hand or a baby's feet, the Himba don't sexualize the female chest. It's only our lens that adds shame to it. The less they cover, the more free they feel. In Himba culture, bodies are resilient, powerful, and beautiful. The act of being nude is often more about comfort and climate than anything else. With scorching sun and harsh dust, less clothing means more freedom. But the sacredness doesn't stop with nudity. It deepens in rituals. Sexual rituals and coming-of-age ceremonies. Now here's where things take an unexpected turn. Sex isn't just sacred, it's ceremonial. For the Himba, intimacy marks transitions in life. A girl becoming a woman. A man entering fatherhood. A couple joining together. There are dances performed in moonlight. Songs whispered across fires. Herbs burned to cleanse. And in some rare traditions, guidance is offered to couples by experienced elders or female leaders. Coming-of-age rituals often include symbolic acts that teach respect, consent, and the beauty of the human body. In a world where sex is rushed or hidden, here it's respected and revered. And these rituals are not done in secret or in shame. They are part of the culture. Public, proud, and purposeful. Outsider reactions, tourists, shock, and misunderstandings. So how do outsiders react when they witness this openness? Many tourists arrive with preconceived notions. They gasp at topless girls, whisper about naked elders, or assume that tribe sex is wild or unregulated. But after a few days, that judgment begins to fade. Because when you live among a people who live without shame, something in you begins to soften. You stop staring. You start understanding. Maybe the problem isn't how they live. Maybe the problem is how we were raised to see it. It's not uncommon for visitors to leave with tears in their eyes, hearts opened by a culture that treats the body with reverence, not restriction. What we can learn: identity, consent, and natural living. There's something powerful here. In our digital world filled with erotic pop-ups, blurred lines of consent, and shallow encounters, what would happen if we saw sex as sacred again? If we stopped hiding bodies and started understanding them? If we replaced shame with honesty? From the Himba, we learn that intimacy can be a sacred act. That teaching young people about sex doesn't corrupt them, it empowers them. That nudity doesn't invite harm, it invites truth. And maybe the real taboo isn't how they live, but how far we've drifted. Understanding the sacred nature of intimacy. In this African tribe, intimacy is not hidden in shame or taboo, it is honored as a vital expression of life, unity, and spiritual connection. Unlike many modern societies where sexual education is often limited or surrounded by guilt, this tribe teaches from a young age that the body is sacred, and so is the act of union between two people. Here, sexuality is viewed through the lens of harmony and respect. Elders, both men and women, pass down knowledge about relationships, emotional connection, and mutual consent. It's not just a physical act, it's a ritual, a way to honor life, ancestors, and the continuation of the community. Young adults are educated not through fear or suppression, but through guidance and openness. They learn the importance of emotional responsibility, of understanding themselves and their partners, and of respecting boundaries. The language of love, where intimacy is a sacred tradition. In this tribe, the act of love is not hidden behind closed doors with silence and discomfort. It's embraced as a natural, sacred part of human existence. Their view of intimacy is deeply tied to their spirituality, their community values, and their respect for nature. Couples are encouraged to form bonds that go beyond the physical. Elders speak openly about the importance of emotional connection, trust, and timing. In this culture, rushing into physical intimacy without mutual understanding is discouraged, not through fear, but through gentle guidance. Rituals around courtship are meaningful and respectful. Men are taught to approach women with sincerity, humility, and patience. Women are celebrated for their strength, voice, and decision-making power. No means no, and that is understood without question. Ceremonial songs, symbolic clothing, and even handmade art reflect the tribe's understanding of love and togetherness. These cultural elements keep the idea of intimacy grounded, not as a mere action, but as a bond that ties families, spirits, and generations together. Here, love isn't just about the body, it's about the soul, the earth, and a shared journey between two people. In this sacred view, sex becomes something more, a connection to life itself. Unlike the outside world where discussions about sex can be awkward or even shameful, this tribe treats it as an essential part of life, like eating, breathing, or praying. It's not seen as entertainment or something secretive, but rather as a powerful form of energy, capable of healing, creating, and uniting. If this story challenged your thinking, give it a thumbs up. If it made you pause, even feel uncomfortable in a new way, share it with someone else who might need to see another side of life. Comment below, should the world rethink how we talk about sex, nudity, and culture? And don't forget to subscribe. Because more stories like this, raw, real, and hidden from the headlines, are coming next. You won't believe what we uncover. Until next time, stay open, stay curious, and stay human.